everybody, how's it going? I'm running a little late today. I got stuck in town and then I came home and I thought I could go on by 1:30 and my dog had thrown up as he makes himself nervous when I leave. So I hope everybody's doing well today, and I am just gonna go with the flow today. I woke up and one of my wrists was hurting a little bit, so I am gonna start with some arm maneuvers. I I hope everybody's enjoying this beautiful day today. I am gonna make some Christmas wreaths or some natural pine wreaths later today, so that is what I am planning to do. First, I want to work on my wrists, and so first thing I'm gonna do is I am going to grab the fascia on my right hand and I'm gonna pull the skin on my wrist really tight back so that it's really, like, you can tell it's kind of white there. And then I am going to put my fingers, clench my fingers into a fist, and I am going to move my wrist around. I'm going to flex and extend my hand and breathe and kind of free flow around with this. Ooh, I just got a nice crack out of my neck. Back and forth. I'm going to just flex my fingers a little bit, and I'm just slide my hand back like you're putting on a really tight glove is how that is. Oh, and that already feels a little better. Next, I'm going to grab the fascia above my elbow. I'm going to see which way is tighter. It's a little bit tighter this way. I'm going to pull it away from my elbow, so I'm pulling it down away from my body. And then same thing, I'm just going to move around. Move around. Put it up. Back and forth. Just find, move it slowly. Those really juicy spots where you feel a lot of tension. I'm gonna hang it down a little bit and just keep pulling away from my elbow. I'm gonna do a couple circles. I'm gonna do circles the other way. And then I'm going to release that and shake it off. Oh, I got some tingles in my hand now. Got some tingles going on. Now I'm going to grab above the elbow with my hand, and I'm going to twist and see. This way's just a little bit tighter. Now I'm going to pull it away from the elbow, so that's toward my body. And I am going to do the same thing. I'm just going to move around. And breathe, moving my wrist back and forth, raise it up over my head, move back and forth. Then I'm going to hang it down, do some figure eights. Oh, that was a good place right there. Just really big breaths. All right. I didn't have time to put on some leggings. I just wanted to jump right in since I was running behind and getting stuck in town. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to see which way's tighter. This way's turning in for me. I'm going to twist my hand the opposite direction, and I'm pulling away from my body. Oh, and I'm gonna move my neck around and move my hand around. I'm gonna do some figure eights with that. Pulling down. Really liked moving my neck around with that. Like when I get in a certain, oh, right there. I'm going to find those tension spots. Just moving slowly till I find a good tension spot. Move my head around. And release. Oh, yeah, that's really nice. Now, last one on this side, I'm gonna grab this chunk of fascia right here, this muscle clump and fascia right here, and I'm gonna grab it, I'm gonna twist my arm out, and I'm gonna find, oh, that's a good spot right there. And now I'm just gonna kind of move my body back and forth as I slowly move my wrists around and my arm. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put my head down and move my neck. I'm really just pointing my thumb back. Reaching back as far as I can, coming down. And now I'm gonna compare one arm to the other arm. Hello, I'm running late today. I got stuck in town. So I have done my right wrist, elbow, and up to the shoulder. And so now I'm just comparing. Now, you know what's interesting is that I can really feel that my hip is just a little bit looser from working on my shoulder and wrist, but my foot on my right side, my foot is settled down into the ground a little bit. And I love all the connections that our bodies have within them. It's awesome, it's amazing, and we have the most wonderful little human machine here that we came into with. It is so pliable and workable, and the fascia just connects everything to everything else. I love it. It's amazing. So let's do this left side, okay? So we're gonna grab, and I'm gonna pull the skin. I'm gonna really grab my wrist, and I'm pulling like I'm pulling on a super tight glove or something like that. And then I'm gonna bend my thumb and my fingers, and I am just gonna move around in figure eights. I'm gonna stretch it. Oh, see, I got another crack under my neck doing my wrist. I'm gonna open and close my hand, flex and stretch and flex and extend. I'm gonna go up a little bit. I'm gonna come around, just finding any little, tension spots, and just slowly moves. The fascia likes to move slow, and I'm not a tendency to go slow girl, so sometimes it's hard for me to slow down, but now I'm just gonna kind of do some circles as I'm hanging my arm, turning my head around. Oh, see, I got another crack out of my neck. That's fantastic, it's amazing. Okay, next, I'm gonna just go below my elbow, and I'm gonna see which way is tighter. Now for me, it's turning in. Now I'm gonna turn my hand the opposite direction. I'm pulling away from my elbow. So I'm really stretching the fascia from my elbow to where my hand is. And again, I am just gonna move around as I stretch that fascia. Pulling, moving my head, just moving and finding different directions. See, I feel this, oddly enough, in my lower back. So I hung out in that spot for a minute. I'm gonna push my hand up for a minute. I'm gonna let it hang down. Just pulling, stretching. Maybe do some figure eights. And I'm going to release that below the elbow. See, I got some tingling in my hand and my wrist on that side too. You know, sometimes I don't get tingles and sometimes I don't get these strange sensations, but today I'm getting sensations. So I'm going to go above the elbow, and again, I'm going to feel, okay, it's turning in. So it's turning in tighter. So I'm going to turn in, and then I'm going to turn my thumb out as much as I can, and I am pulling away, again, away from my elbow. So I'm pulling towards my body. I'm dropping my shoulders. I've got my spinal pelvic lock engaged. I always try to keep that engaged for all the maneuvers. And I am just gonna slowly move around and breathe. I'm going to hang my hand, just let it stretch. I'm going to move my hand back and forth a little bit, give it different angles. And release. Shake out my hands a little bit. Now I'm going to go below my shoulder right here on the top of my arm. And this one needs to go out. Yeah, this one needs to go out. So I'm going to turn my hand inwards. So whichever way I'm turning, as I'm turning out, I'm going to turn my wrist the opposite direction. So that way I'm pointing my finger into the middle and I'm pulling down away from my shoulder. And again, just kind of free flow, move around. Just turning that hand in a little bit more. Let it hang, pulling, stretching. All right. Shake out my hand a little bit again. Now I'm going to kind of bend over, lift my arm out a little bit, and I'm just going to grab that meaty part of fascia, the muscles or fascia that goes up under my armpit, and I'm just really pulling it in towards the other side. I'm going to drop my shoulders. I'm going to twist my arm out, and then I'm going to find, see, for me it's up again on this side. A lot of times it's down on this side. And then I'm just going to move around, move my body, move my head and neck. My neck is just cracking away. Oh, see, now it wanted to go down. And go back up a little bit. Oh. Oh. That's really good. Now I'm just going to kind of compare. See, now my other foot has settled into the ground. So now I'm feeling like I'm making good connection on both of my feet with the ground. I'm really feeling the need to do a knee torque. So I'm going to do a knee torque, but I'm going to stay standing while I do this. Well, actually, I'm going to squat. Okay, so I'm going to get into a squat, and I'm going to twist one way, twist. Oh yeah, I need to twist out. So I'm going to twist out after I checked it. I've really got my booty sticking out, and I'm just going to squat into that a little bit, dropping my shoulders, and then I'm just going to kind of go back and forth as I've got my knees twisted. Squat a little more, dropping my shoulders. Kind of rock forward and back. Go down even a little bit more. And coming up. Ooh, that actually made me break out into a sweat, like a weird sweat, like on my face and like kind of on my lower legs. So that's awesome. I love that. Next, I want to do a thigh torque. Okay, so First thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of squat a little bit, and I'm gonna grab, like I'm reaching around with this hand, and I'm gonna twist my wrist, my thigh to one direction. I'm gonna reach around. No, I need to go outwards, okay? And now I'm gonna squat a little bit, and I'm just gonna move back and forth. Squatting a little bit more. And release. Oh, that leg feels so much looser than the other leg. That leg really feels a lot looser just from doing that. It's a really good way to just like, if you have tension in your quads or your hamstrings, it's a really good way to loosen up your hips, your quads, your hamstrings, all that good stuff. So now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna reach around and see if one side is tighter than the other. See, I need to go in on this one, so I'm gonna honor that. I'm just reaching around and pulling around. I'm gonna squat a little bit, and I'm gonna do the same thing, just move back and forth. Squat a little more. Find those angles where the tension is. Get a little lower. And release. See, that gave me kind of jelly legs. Now I feel like I have a little bit of jelly legs going on. All right. I really like that. It's really helping me out. Okay, let's do a chest opener, a heart opener today. So I'm gonna go where my sternum and my ribs come together, and I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna pull this apart. Oh, I just got a crack in my neck. And I'm gonna lean back a little bit, and I'm gonna lean my head back. Turn my head one way. Turn my head the other way. I'm going to move my head around. And release that. Another thing I want to do is I just want to reach, well, I'm trying to get in between my shoulder blades here. So one way to do that is I'm going to reach, I'm going to put my hands on my shirt so I get a better grip. I'm going to reach, and I'm going to walk my fingers down as far as I can. I'm going to walk my fingers down as far as I can on both sides. I'm going to kind of separate my hands, and then I'm going to pull up as hard as I can, and I'm going to curl. I'm going to curl into a C like this. So I'm really curled over, and I'm going to tilt my pelvis forward, dip my head down, and then I am going to bend my legs, bend my knees a little bit, and breathe. And every exhale, I curl a little bit more. And unwind that. All right. Okay. Oh. Starting to get quieter in my head. Starting to settle down. I was just trying to get home and get here so I could get on live with you guys. Oh, the life. The life. You never know what it's going to throw at you. Now I want to reach in on both sides, and I'm gonna grab as far back as I can, and I'm gonna pull forward, and then I'm gonna bend forward a little bit and hang my head and breathe really into that rib cage. You might not be able to do this if you have big boobs. I don't have that problem. I like mine just the way they are. I'm going to turn my head one way. Turn my head the other way. And lift my head up, kind of jump my chin out. See, that really got in between my shoulder blades where I was trying to reach. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, so today is a step 28, no, step 27. I don't know what's going on with my brain today. Today is a step 27 Scorpio day. So what that means is that you need to protect your action. So you need to listen to your intuition. You need to feel your feelings and listen to your intuition based on what your feelings are telling you before you take action. Step 9, a net 9 day is a Mars rule day, and a Mars rule day is all about taking action and stepping into your leadership. Scorpio is protecting your actions. But first you need to make sure that your feelings and your intuition are on the same page before you take action. Yesterday was a day that you made a decision, and now today is the day to take action on your decisions. Pluto is moving out of Capricorn today. Yay! It's going to be awesome. Hopefully everybody's mood lightens just a little bit. Even if it's just a wee little bit, I think it'll help everybody. And I hope everybody has a really good day. And I will be back tomorrow.